Hello, I'm Trish Putra. I'm here to tell you the story of Rick and I. I will warn you, I'm going to be crying, and I'm sorry. Um, just a little bit about us. Rick and I are both critical care paramedics. We also are instructors in ACLS, PALS, CPR, all that good stuff. That's how we actually met. Rick was my boss initially, and then he left the company, and I was obviously working there and became his boss when he came back. We also knew each other since childhood somehow. Our paths always were crossing. I always would go to his family's music store to get music for my instrument, and we discovered that when we started dating. Rick's true passion, though, he was a beekeeper, loved farming. We had a big garden in our home as well as chickens. Our dream one day was to go buy a farm so we can fulfill both our passions, his with the farming and mine with crocheting and everything, all the indoor plants. And I really wanted a goat so I can have the yarn and a baby goat. Rick was such a spirited person as well. He would get so excited if he was able to help someone or teach someone about one of his hobbies. But unfortunately, on April 3rd, our dreams came crashing down around us. I came home from work that Friday evening to find him on the floor, cyanotic. In that moment, I knew he was not going to make it. I called 911. An EMS arrived. When families say that their minds are running 100 miles an hour, it doesn't even come close to where mine was at, jumping from being a paramedic to being the hysterical wife, seeing my husband completely blue on the floor. He actually coded in the ambulance on the way to the hospital, and they were able to revive him. When he got to the hospital, he coded again, and they were able to resuscitate him successfully. They started active cooling. They did the MRI and found that he had a anoxic brain injury, and his doctor told me to start thinking and planning on what Rick would want and what I would want. Both of us, being medics, I already knew the road we were going down. I met Julie from Gift of Hope on April 5th on Sunday when I was finally able to see my husband again. Doctor and I decided that he was going to be a DNR, and that's when Julie came in and talked to me about donation. I told her yes without any hesitation. She told me Rick had actually signed up to be a donor, and I'm not surprised. He always wanted to help everybody. And I also knew that I wasn't going to say no, because if he can help one person out of this nightmare, it'd be worth it. So on April 6th at 8:31, Rick was actually declared brain dead. They removed all the restrictions, thankfully, because of COVID. So I was able to sit with him for his last 24 hours. I'm sorry, I met my angel that I needed, Nicole, his night Gift of Hope nurse. She and I laughed together, cried together, and then we got to do some crafts together. We actually were able to make him a stone cement block for a handprint in stone for his mom for Mother's Day. She also made me little heartbeats in a bottle, which was just his EKG strip that she put in a glass bottle for me. And actually, me and everyone from the family were able to get one of those. And I carry it around every day in my car. When I was trying to get some rest, because it was probably 1 o'clock at that point, she gave me the Gift of Hope blanket that I got to snuggle with. And then she was able to move Rick over a little bit. So I got to lay in his arms one last time. Then it was time for him to go to the OR. I started having a panic attack. How was I supposed to say goodbye? Nicole wrapped me in her arms and never left my side. She told me that she fought tooth and nail to get him the honor walk because of COVID. They didn't want to do it. But Rick worked there. He was critical care medic there. She wanted to honor both of us in that way. So she made it happen. It was the hardest and most beautiful moment of my life. Walking behind him and seeing everyone there to honor him. I swear that walk was like 5 miles and it was only a 2-minute walk. And then we're at the doors to the OR. Our final goodbye, my last kiss. But it was now my lifetime at entering the Gift of Hope family. All of us from the Putra family cannot thank Gift of Hope enough for all of their help and support they've given us. We all wear our bracelets every day to honor Rick, and that way we can be an advocate for donation. And if anything, he helped 3 people with his organ donation. But if we're able to help people become donors because they talk to us and see our bracelets, then all of this nightmare is worth it. Thank you so much for your time.